Hello, everyone. Welcome to this surprise offline educational how clinic, if you like. Offline because I'm here all by my very own self. Nobody is here with me. Also offline because Monday, the 25th of March, there is no how session. And the reason for that, obviously, I'm traveling, I've got some personal things on the go, and I won't be anywhere near a computer or my office. So I don't like to shortchange anyone. Also because I got some, not necessarily feedback, but a question. And the question revolved around late entries, early entries, sometimes 20 pips, sometimes 15, sometimes just 10 or 11 pips. The signal is away from the ideal entry or questions or if you like, words I read issued from somebody anyway around words to that effect. It could be sometimes slippage. It could just be that it's a late entry. It could be that, if someone's using a PSAR, by the time it flips, the price has moved 20 pips. Well, now you guys know I don't use closed bar entries myself. And if you didn't, you sure do now. I don't have a strategy on screen. I have no intentions of putting a strategy on screen. I want this, if you like, offliner to be more about mindset. I'm obviously not looking for a closed bar. Regardless of that, price action alone is something you could trade. You can see a low test bar right here. We know it was FOMC news. Indeed, we've just been looking at it in a forum together, have we not? And there was a long, we were in the long, and everyone was advised to be out of the trade at 17.58 regardless, in case there's a spike down. Now in this case there was a small one, and then obviously this hell of a rally. Doesn't matter, there's a flag, there's orders you can place, there's a lot of ways that you can take full advantage of this. Orders being one of them that will keep you away from late or early entries, because there is a level of interest, a line, a zone, a number, be it 18060 because 60 is a thing and 40 is a thing. So sell at 18040, didn't happen. Buy at 18060, it did happen. So you would have been in long from there, assuming your broker is decent enough to do the right thing by you. The other thing I wanted to talk about is obviously the gates, especially in this sort of late entry scenario, or early entry or early exit or the like. Some people say when I get up higher into the gates, I start to struggle once I get double figures or treble figures or something. So here's what I want you to consider. I want you to consider going the same gate twice. That's what I want, the same gate twice. So I'll put a few in there, 8, 8, and we'll go right to 16, 16, because that's what the soldiers I taught did, 32, 32, 64, 64. The other thing I want you to consider is when you get to these levels, you see there the way it says 64, but you know you need, I don't know why that says 16, they should be 32s. Don't know what I've done there. Oh, sorry, that was all correct. Undo, undo, undo. It was the pip count. Yeah, reward. That's right. There's the 32s. I apologise for that. So they're fine. That is in pounds, euros, or dollar. That's all fine. Here's the other way I want you to look at that. Some people say to me, yeah, but as soon as I'm up a bit, it goes wrong and I'll get a late entry. It'll smack me back a whole gate. So just because that stake says 2, remember how these 32 pips don't have to be all in one move. It can be plus 5, plus 9, plus 3, minus 2. So to get to 32, plus 5, plus 9, minus 3, plus 21. And what have we got? We've got 32. Well, that's 2 round. Let's say it was 25 and you need a little bit more. Now you can move forward one gate only. But in exactly the same way that the reward and the risk doesn't have to be in one single trade, well, this stake value doesn't have to be in one single trade. Indeed, that's 16. Okay, so maybe you leave your stake or your lot size, if you like, at 8. and you go 8 on signal, and you go, let's do a plus before that. Hang on, oh, sorry, plus 8. So you go 8 on the initial signal and 8 on the closed bar. So if we look at that now, think 8, 8, entry times 2 per bar, and let's look at a chart. So, okay, I'm not going to go with the likes of this one here. Let me put on a strategy and let me go and just put the red light, green light on. Load template, red light, green light, something that everybody is well aware of. Let's get rid of some of these EMAs that are going to be confusing for some, and let's just go with signal type stuff on there, just with signal type stuff. Okay, so are we allowed this sell? Yes, we're allowed this sell. Alrighty, let's see from where we are allowed this sell. I'm going to use this indicator over here, or this measuring tool here. We're allowed it from here. So maybe you went in there because we went below the line and you didn't wait for the closed bar. Fair enough. So you went in at 8 at that level, 18042. Now it doesn't close below the line, but it does there. So maybe you go another 8 in there. Okay, so now at 18038, now you're 16 bucks a pip. And then down here from 18038, you're 16 bucks a pip, and down there at 180, I don't know where the breakout occurs. It's about there. 18031, let's go back to 18038. Okay, it's 6 pips, but the 6 pips at 16 dollar bucks, whatever your chosen is. And maybe it's 8 here, and maybe it's 8 on the breakout of the high of that bar or on the close of that bar. So again, you're going in at 16s. Obviously, we're heading up to news here, so it isn't the sweetest of examples. Here's another one. You go in on the signal below the line, and you go in on the close of the bar. There is 2 pips in the difference, but you're in profit with the first one before you go with the second one. And then you're not, as it seems in your mind, it's a mindset thing, this, remember, that you're not risking the full amount straight out of the door, if you like. So you go with 8 on the signal and another 8 on the closed bar, giving you the full 16 dollars, euros, or pounds per pip. But if your second entry is at that line, let's minimize him for a minute. So your second entry is at 18057. It's 32 pips from him. So just want to move the second one. Can I only move one of them? Thank you. 18057, close of the bar, we said. 32 pips down. It isn't. 23. So there you're out with only 17. I'm going to call it 17 pips. And you can add 17 pips to your what's the word? If we go back here, you can say, well, I'm plus 17 and I'm waiting for me next trade. But it's at the full stake, even though you went in at 8 and 8. And again, all of this is about mindset. It's not about, what's the word? Well, it is. It's about measuring and managing your risk, because we are first and foremost risk managers. It's what we are. I'm going to clear that indicator off, and I'm going to show you one other thing. Can I clear you off? Oh, yeah. Click there. The other thing I wanted to show you is a fib drawing. There's the most recent fib. Green, 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 red, a ping. There was never an attempt at this 61.8 or the 50%. So in fairness, we could have, if we'd have drawn that fib, we were too close to the time when I spotted it. If we'd have drawn that fib earlier, I probably would have suggested locking in. But remember, these newsy spikes can blow right through. So I think it was handled as safely as it could, and once the bars return to normal size, and that's over here. So this long over here could absolutely be traded. This long, absolutely no problem. Look, it's only got 11 pips in there, 2 bars there, and it's a valid signal on this bar, valid down here, valid up there, and you'd be looking at what, maybe 5 pips on the table. Doesn't matter how many pips, it's pips. Pips is what counts. So once again, I apologize for the fact that there won't be any How clinic for the next 2 Mondays, but I hope this goes some way towards making up for that, and that it helps Some of you, ideally Matthew, it's kind of aimed at you. You know which Matthew I mean because you know what feedback he gave me. Notwithstanding that, there are many that this might help. Remember, the Gates system is designed to help you, not to hinder. It's a money management tool, nothing else. And you can use it and manipulate it to suit yourself in terms of the pip count. Yeah, the reward must always be more than 2 times the risk. But the stake, you don't have to go in full stake straight away per gate. You can go in half and add another half. You know the way some people say, I've taken half off. I've never understood why you would close out half of the trade, or rather lock in and take the full value and let it run. But I do understand where doubt kicks in. So I would imagine then if you'd only gone in half stake over here and it had suddenly pulled back above the line, okay, well, you've only risked half stake and you'll have taken much, much, much less risk. If you go in half stake here and half stake there and you're out maybe there on that break, so one of them is break even and one is a small loss. It ain't terrible anymore. It's not a full loss at 16 bucks a pip or at 8, 2 4s, 2 8s, 2 3s, 2 9s, whatever your gate size is. This helps you to reduce your risk. That will help you to manage your mindset. I hope this was helpful and I hope it's a nice surprise for you. Again, I apologize for my absence or bits of an absence next week. I will still be available here and there. Please trade safe, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next real live session. And thanks for listening, if indeed you did. I hope this was helpful. Please, by all means, give me some feedback. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.